Hey beauty buds, this is Beth Garrett from Elevating Your Image. Welcome to my Wednesday wardrobe session, or is that Wardrobe Wednesday? So here we look at what looks good on you and what fun things are out there to follow when it comes to style. So today we're going to talk about hats. So I don't know about the rest of you, but in the past I've always liked hats, but I don't think they necessarily look good on me. So if you're like me, then you might be thinking the same thing. So I thought that we might take a look at hats today. So, and if you don't think that they look good on you, hey Margaret, hey Carol, thanks for joining me. We're talking about hats today. So if you don't think that that hats in general look good on you, then I would like to suggest that maybe you're wearing the wrong style for your face. Yes, your face determines what hat style will look good on you, right? So we're going to take a look at that in just a minute. So welcome if you're on here live. I see Margaret and I see Carol. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure having you two pop in. So if you jump on, then just give me a greeting. I love to see that people have visited. And if you catch me on the replay, just drop me a note. Let me know you were here and give me a hi or a hey. Like I said, I like company and I like to see who's joining us. Also, if you ever want to give me feedback, I'd love to see that in the comments if you want to leave that in the comments below. So before we get started, let's just have some iced tea. It's a little past lunchtime. I don't know about you all, but iced tea is my favorite drink, probably. And by the way, I shared the other day that I found my Flamingo lip gloss, right? So today I decided to try it. So I'm wearing the California Coral lipstick with the Flamingo lip gloss. So see what you think. If you like it, let me know. If I need to change my colors, then let me know that too. I appreciate the feedback. Always trying something new to see how it looks. So let's just jump in and talk about hats. So, I think that as a society, we have gotten away from wearing hats. We've just become so much more casual, but if you think back, even some of us are older, when we were growing up, we saw more hats. I can remember my dad wearing a hat to work every day. He sold insurance. So every day he had a suit and a hat on when he left for work. And in the old movies, I know that you see ladies going to the grocery store with hats on, right? And I think in the past, hats kind of represented being dressed up, and they're very classy and very chic. But now I think that what we see today is much more casual. And what you see today is like baseball caps, cowboy hats, sun hats and visors and toboggans, right? But every now and then on a special occasion, people will dig the hats out or try to find something really fancy. Especially, we just saw the Kentucky Derby this weekend, which is known for women and all kinds of hats. Hey, Sharon Boone. Thanks for joining. We're talking about hats and your face shape. So the Kentucky Derby, people brought out their nice hats, and then also the royal wedding that's coming up. You're going to see a lot of really fancy hats for that. And of course, for Cinco de Mayo, my husband was running around here in a sombrero, okay? It wasn't really his best look, but it's okay. It's a holiday, right? So research shows that your face shape can help determine what hat style looks best on your face. And I've got 6 face shapes here I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk about what looks good on them. But before I get started, just get some credit to brightsideme.com, wikihow.com, and verlymag.com is where I got some of my research from. But also, if you go to my website, www.elevatingyourimage.com, and on the side I have a link called Signia Analysis. I actually have a picture of 10 face shapes and talk about what type of necklines look good with those face shapes. So if you want more information, go to my website and you can check the Signia Analysis out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So here are the face shapes that we want to quickly go over here, because I won't take a lot of time, and I hope you can see those. The first, starting from the left to the right, we're going to do the oval. There's an oblong, there's a round shape, a square shape, a diamond shape, and a heart shape, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about each of these face shapes. So the oval is actually your perfect face shape. Did y'all know that? The oval is the perfect face shape out there. And so the person who has an oval shape, it's symmetrical with the width and the diameter that's in the length of it. And so these people can actually wear just about anything and look good on it. So, and like we talked about before, when it comes to your hair style, when you go to the hairstylist and they cut your hair, they're trying to recreate the oval. So the oval can wear just about anything. As you can see, a brimless hat, a fedora. They can wear I think it's called the cloche hat. That reminds me of the 1920s. Remember you would see back in the movies, a newsboy cap, a circular beanie, a turban hat, and a classic beanie. So one thing they should avoid though is tight-fitting hats and hats with large pom-poms. So those are the two advices for the oval face. Yes. And so the oblong face, this is interesting. This is this face shape is long, and it has a contoured chin line. It's very smooth. There's no angles in the chin line, but a long face with a smooth chin line. And this face, it's longer than the width of the face. So the main advice for this is to wear, floppy hats or wide brim hats. This helps the face not look so long. Make sure it comes down over the forehead. Also, I thought it was interesting that a beret is a good hat for the oblong face. And the one up in the top, this one up here, it cracks me up. It reminds me of being in Russia, right? One of the big furry hats. So that seems to be a good hat to wear. But the one to avoid on here is the fedora. And what you want to do is you want to avoid a hat that gives a lot of height above the crown. That just adds length to your face. And I actually have an oblong face, and that's something that, and I've got some hats here I want to show you in just a minute what they look like. I've been wearing the wrong hats for years. That's probably why I don't like them on me, right? So the next one is the round face, okay? So with the round face, you want to wear, you can wear some floppy hats too. You can wear the Homburg, which this is right here in the middle. You can wear the fedora. You can wear the little pom-pom hat right here. And you can wear the infinity scarf. I thought that was interesting. That looks good on a round face. And a beret, and then of course a newsboy cap you can wear also. Right? Any questions about that? Oh, sorry, I dropped something here. So, with the round face. So with the square face, all right, so as you can see, if you can see on here, they're making the square here to show you how the face is shaped. So the square face means that you are broad across the top and you're broad across the bottom. And it just looks like a square. And it's very angular. Your chin line is angular. So you have angles in your chin. It's not round. All right. And so you want to pick circular styles in your hats when you wear your hats. Circular styles. A sun hat with sunglasses is really good. A cloche or a toque. This is the cloche thing again that we saw in the earlier one. And believe it or not, a cowboy hat is a really good hat for someone with a square face. So the things to avoid is a short brim or anything that's square in your hat shape, right? All right, so the next one that we were talking about was the diamond or the triangular face, right? So here we go with the diamond face. If you can see here, the cheekbones are very narrow and it's kind of pointed. There's angles in this person's face here. So she's got a very narrow cheeks with a pointed chin or an angular chin. And of course her face is the same thing. It'll be narrow at the top. So the widest part of her face is around her eyes and around her cheeks. And so, she can wear, believe it or not, a safari hat, and the flat cap is really good, and a beret, and the cloche hat, and the derby, and a fedora is very good for the diamond-shaped face. And of course, the pom-pom hat. I've actually seen those out this year, but I've always known that I can't wear something very close to my face like the pom-pom hat, so I've kind of stayed away from them. So the next face is the heart face. Okay, and I've actually seen people, I've noticed that people that have the heart-shaped face, and so these this style of face should be wearing a medium brimmed hat. A fedora with a medium brim is really good for this this face. A beanie would look good, a beret looks good, and a derby hat. These would complement this face very well. Anything but a wide brim hat. So like the big floppy hat that looks good on the oblong or the square, then the person with the heart should not wear those. And there was one more I wanted to show you that was not on that front list. It was not on the 6. Those are the 6. But there was another one I thought was important to add. And that's the rectangular face. The rectangular face is like the square face, but it's longer. So you've got the length of the height of your face is longer than the width of your face. But of course, again, you got the very strong jawline that's very angular there, right? And so the the rectangular face, they can wear the derby hat. They can wear the wide brimmed hat, just like the oblong face, as long as it's got a short crown. You don't want the crown sticking very high up because it makes the face look longer. And of course, they can wear the beret and the trapper hat, the one I think that looks like it goes Russia, right? So, and that's the last one I have. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see on here how different types of hats can complement different faces. And if you have any trouble, I guess, figuring out what your face shape is, then I can help you with that. And I'd love to work with you to do a Signia analysis, which I can do measurements and also tell you what looks good on your body. But I want to show you my hats. Oh, the other thing I found out is a baseball hat is pretty much okay for everybody. I thought that was interesting. So if there's a universal hat for women to wear, it's a baseball cap, and I'll do that one last. But I liked this one. I found this a few years ago at the beach. So as you can see, this one is okay for me because it's got the wide brim, right? And the crown, my head goes all the way up to the crown, so I don't have the crown sticking up. So this kind of hat, and I love that because it's got the little bow in the back, is very flattering to my face because I have the oblong face. The other one is similar, but it's my derby hat, right? So I liked, if I was going to go to the Kentucky Derby or to one of these fancy weddings, a royal wedding, I would probably pick something like this because once again, it's got the wide brim and the crown, my head goes all the way up to the crown and it's not sticking up, right? Once again, this is a good hat for an oblong face. The one that does not flatter me is this fedora. It's actually too short and it sticks up. My head does not go all the way up to the crown. So this, and I also felt like it kind of cuts off my face. I feel like my face is too big for this fedora. Like I said, it's too high and it's not very flattering on me, right? Hey Doris, good to see you could join us. We're just finishing up with hats, but the other is the baseball cap, right? So, of course, I feel like I have wings and I have to stick my hair back. But just about everybody can wear a ball cap and look okay in it, right? So this is really good news for those who don't want to fix their hair on Saturday and they run to the grocery store, or they can go to a sporting event and they can wear a ball cap and look okay in it, right? So I hope you all like this. Let me know in the comments if you found it useful. And if there's any other suggestions, anything you'd like to know or questions, then let me know. And if you're interested in a Signia analysis or help with this type of thing, put that in the comments below too, or just message me and I'll get back to you. So that's all I have for today, and just welcome. And come back next Wednesday for another Wardrobe Wednesday session. So just remember, you've got to be, to enhance your possibilities in life, you've got to be elevating your image. See y'all later. Have a good afternoon.